What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of my 1977 Datsun 280Z build. Today we're going to be trying to clean up a couple little things underneath the engine bay. I'm going to try to pull that chassis harness through the passenger side out underneath through the dash, try to get a couple of the fuses, the relay box, and all that other stuff. Just miscellaneous things out of the vehicle. I'm not going to be using basically any electrical that came with this vehicle. I'm redoing it completely from scratch. More or less probably going with a PDM. If you guys don't know what that is, just stay tuned. We'll be doing this top to bottom, front to back, all brand new wiring, just getting a lot of that old electrical out of there. Fuses, relays, they're all failure points in my eyes. So yeah, just stay tuned and it's gonna be fun. One super quick little garage update. So Ryan installed these LED lights not too long ago and they work super well, super bright over here on his side of the garage. So I decided to do the same. I installed these last night, really not pertaining anything to the car build, so I didn't record any of that. You guys don't really want to see any of that, but just pretty much wired it up, ran it through, and now it's just on a little flick switch. Super bright. But back over here to what you guys really care about. So engine's out, it's gone, it's been sold, no longer here. And now the next couple of steps are just to clean up a lot of this stuff, get a lot of these things out of the car that are not going to be basically staying in the vehicle. Need to pull that chassis harness through the passenger side, out underneath the dash, and then try to get to the remainder of the harness throughout the rest of the vehicle. And then yeah, plan is to not cut anything and get that sold. We'll see how long it gets though before I get frustrated and start cutting things. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do any of that. The goal is to get the harness out in one fell swoop, one big go, one giant massive harness. And the goal for that, the reason for that basically is it's useful to somebody. Somebody along the line is probably gonna wanna rewire their vehicle, maybe needs a couple of pigtails, a couple of relays, fuses, things like that. And I wanna offer that opportunity to somebody to have that harness. So yeah, that's the goal. Get it out, redo the whole car from scratch. So the next thing I basically kind of figured out is that right down here, for me to get to the remainder of the chassis harness that's kind of leading itself to the back, I have to pull the interior. So here's what it is. So one of the things that I quickly found out while I was trying to push the chassis harness through the passenger side firewall grommet is that the fusible links that are connected to the passenger side strut tower were too close together. So what you see me doing right here is essentially using a razor blade, and I'm just tearing the sheathing back just a little bit so that I can separate these fusible links just a little. And after that, they basically are free enough to move through the passenger side firewall. So yeah, I pulled a couple of the fuses and relays and stuff from the vehicle. I'm just packaging all of these up and keeping these in a Ziploc bag. I'm not going to get rid of them just yet because I may need them. So there may be something I need, but more than likely there won't be anything. But regardless, I am going to package and keep all this stuff nice together. All the bolts, all the nuts, everything like that. That way, when somebody does buy it, they know exactly what they're getting and where it goes. Well, I got everything that was in the engine bay pulled through the passenger side firewall grommet. I've done my best up until this point and I haven't cut anything. There hasn't been no wire strippers or cutters or anything like that used, so everything's there as of right now. But the next couple of steps are basically following the harness to the back side of the car to get everything in the back, and then the main harness right over here is actually connected and it goes to the driver's side. So I think I'm gonna have to pull the dash, but we're gonna pause right there because I'm hungry. Yeah, I definitely don't want to pull the dash tonight. That's way more work than I really want to do right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually clean up in the truck just a little bit. I'm gonna try to pull a little bit more of the interior out of the front, place it in the trunk, see if I can get to a little bit more of that wiring harness that's inside the car, and we'll go from there. All right, so I didn't completely get the chassis harness out of the car today. There's a couple little things. I think I have to remove some door panels to get to a couple of connectors, so we're gonna save that for another day. I'm tired, I'm ready to go to sleep. I'll see you guys in the next one.